focusing in on our lighting infrastructure, As you all recall, first, Steve Nelson, our Deputy CAO of Infrastructure, started with focusing in on lighting up areas where we focusing in on our lighting infrastructure, As you all recall, first, Steve Nelson, our Deputy CAO of Infrastructure, started with focusing in on lighting up areas where we knew that there could be a public safety impact. Then after that, we found $2.8 million in an energy settlement fund, and that's where we started popping on lights all throughout the interstate, the high-rise bridge we were able to light up, and also we're working on some major routes. So in roughly 2 months or so, we have restored more than 1,500 lights. And that is just through DPW. So great job, Steve. That is really fantastic. And what I am announcing today is the completion of a project that has been through the partnership of the Department of Transportation on the state level. And this is the completion of lighting infrastructure right at I-10 and 610 on the Franklin Avenue side. And that is the infrastructure that's been put in place, 154 LED lights. And this is really lighting that has been something that constituents, the residents of the city, have been asking for quite some time, because it's been dark for quite some time. This has been a project that has taken some time to complete. And the reason for that is a variety of different reasons, including the procurement of the different materials needed to do the construction on this project. And so I do want to say to the residents and the drivers that frequent this area, thank you for your patience. But more than anything, I want to thank the Department of Transportation on the state level for completing this, because this is a really critical project. And now it fits right in line, the completion of it, with our Lights On initiative here in the city of New Orleans. So with that, I do want to turn it over to Scott Boyle with DOTD, then Steve Nelson, and then to the council members who are present with us. So with that, Scott, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Scott Boyle. I'm the District Engineer Administrator for DOTD in the New Orleans area. I'd like to first start off by thanking everyone for giving me the opportunity to be here to celebrate the conclusion of this critical and very important project along the interstate in the city of New Orleans. We're very proud to have partnered with the city under the leadership of Mayor Moreno to bring this. My name is Scott Boyle.
I want to thank the Department of Transportation on the state level for completing this. To the residents and the drivers, including been a project that has taken some time to complete. And the reason for that is a variety of different reasons, including the procurement of the different materials needed to do the construction on this project. And so I do want to say to the residents and the drivers that frequent this area, thank you for your patience. But more than anything, I want to thank the Department of Transportation on the state level for completing this, because this is a really critical project. And now it fits right in line, the completion of it, with our Lights On initiative here in the city of New Orleans. So with that, I do want to turn it over to Scott Boyle with DOTD, then Steve Nelson, and then to the council members who are present with us. So with that, Scott, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everybody.
And then to the council members who are present with us. So with that, Scott, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Scott Boyle. I'm the District Engineer Administrator for DOTD in the New Orleans area. I'd like to first start off by thanking everyone for giving me the opportunity to be here to celebrate the conclusion of this critical and very important project along the interstate in the city of New Orleans. We're very proud to have partnered with the city under the leadership of Mayor Moreno to bring this project to completion. This project came to be due to the effects of Hurricane Ida that descended upon the city. This was already a very aging lighting system that was on its last good years, and that gave us the opportunity to the system had become rendered inoperable, and shortly thereafter, we went ahead and put together a project with federal funding to rehabilitate this whole system. The system typically takes a couple of years to design, it takes a couple of years to secure funding, and then the actual construction of it that we started a couple of years ago with the contractual items that we had to get in place before construction could start. The system is going to be LED lighting. It's replacing a very dated, high-pressure sodium type system. And as the mayor said, it is 154 lights. It consists of high mast lighting that is similar to what you would call the stadium type lightings, as well as your standard regular roadway lights. The LED system will be more energy and cost efficient. It will require less maintenance, and it will definitely enhance safety and drivability through this corridor, which carries over 100,000 people a day through this section. At this time, we are currently performing final testing on it before we turn the system over to the city. It's very important that we make sure that all the lights are working. They're actually on right now, so motorists will see the system tonight, and we run it for 24 hours to just make sure there's no electrical shorts or any type of other hardware issues. So it's going to be heavily tested over the next couple weeks, and then once we perform final acceptance, that's when it will be turned over to the. So we want to ensure that this is a turnkey system that's in serviceable condition that will require very little maintenance for the foreseeable future. This project, due to the length of it, it was not without challenges that we had. We had to deal with, again, just the sheer amount of traffic that uses this corridor on a daily basis. The time it took to design and secure the funding, the agreements that had to take place with the city. Also, this project was within the limits of 2 railroad crossings. We needed to get special permits, and there were work restrictions. And I want to reiterate what the mayor did say about the appreciation we have for the public that was patient. We had lane closures. We did have to work at night to minimize those delays. But, these are not easy projects, and it takes a whole team working together to make something like this happen. I would also like to acknowledge the project team, the DOTD project team, Mr. Justin Gilbo, our area engineer, our project engineer, Mr. Joey Robert, as well as our contractor, Diamond Electric, who did a fantastic job. So, they worked very hard to bring this to fruition. And in closing, I couldn't be more pleased that we're all here in this moment and look forward to what we will be able to accomplish together in the future.
Thanks, Scott. Steve.
Thank you, Scott, Madam Mayor, Council, everyone for being here. Again, this is really exciting, and it is, again, fruit of what takes place when folks coordinate and work together. So the Department of Transportation has been working on this project for a number of years, and coupling that with our Lights On initiative, we've been able to turn on lights in some really critical areas in the city of New Orleans. We've done some lighting projects. Day one, the mayor was out in New Orleans East. We then moved on to the high-rise. We've got the high-rise lights on and finishing up some work there, and all of that works together with this project at 610 I-10. So as the mayor mentioned, we've got over 1,500 lights turned on since January 12th. We made job offers to our first 5 members of our electrical team last Monday, and we're going through the onboarding process with them right now. We continue to meet as a group on a weekly basis to ensure that we're hitting the areas that have the highest benefit as we're turning lights on. And so we're continuing both that sprint to those areas where safety is the biggest concern, and then the marathon of bringing our internal teams on board so that we can more efficiently provide services and make sure that the city stays well lit. And again, that Infrastructure Coordination Council, we've heard coordination and collaboration a couple of different times. That meeting, we've had some working group meetings there that have been really key to making sure we're turning the lights on in the right places at the right time. So again, the fruit of collaboration, working together and leveraging the resources we have to eat the right bites of the elephant at the right time.
Thank you. I think it's important to note, and I appreciate the work of DOTD working with the City of New Orleans to get this initiative done. What we're talking about along 610 and I-10 is really the gateway into and out of downtown New Orleans. It is how many people enter the city. As you know, we had daylight savings. People are driving to work in the dark. Not having that lighting in the morning made people driving unsafe. And addressing this, having that lighting there available now to light the way from the high rise to downtown New Orleans really sets the tone for people's day. Also, for people visiting the city of New Orleans and leaving the city of New Orleans, it was not the best doorstep to have when that doorstep was unlit and dangerous. So I appreciate the work of our mayor, of DOTD, of all of our partners pulling in the same direction, working together to solve problems and get results. Next up, we have Councilmember Hughes, followed by Councilmember Green.
All right, Eugene, extra time.
He yields his time to me. It's on now. The good thing is that I'm glad to have just come from a meeting near I-610 and 10, and the residents there, when I told them where I was going to be going, they were pleased with that. But Madam Mayor and DOTD Representative Barr, they were also pleased that that lighting is going to enhance the ability for us to curtail illegal dumping. And that's been a big problem under and near I-610 and I-10. So getting those lights on, because lights are the first indication of security and what the city and the state feel about security, is just great news. So I'm just pleased to join Mayor Moreno and Mr. Barr from DOTD here with something that is so very concrete, something that our community can see immediately and appreciate it. It's been a while, but I'm going to tell you that we are going to be moving in the right direction relative to public safety in the area, especially of I-610 and I-10. And it's just good to be able to celebrate with residents, as I did today, as they said how pleased they were that we were getting around to something that they have been waiting for a while. So I'm pleased to be here today and pleased to have an opportunity to share with you all good news as I come and share the good news that we have here today. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Eugene. All right, and just to be clear, the 154 LED lights, that is not included in the more than 1,500 lights that DPW had mentioned. So the 154 is on top of that. Look, bottom line, this city council, my administration, we are all very committed to enhancing city services across the city of New Orleans. And of course, lighting, our infrastructure, that is a major piece of it. And even though we deal with such budget limitations at this time, we have been able to think outside the box to still get things done. And one thing that I can commit to you and the administration, my entire team, and everything that I've seen from the city council is every single day we will work, we will grind to make sure that we get the job done for the people of the city. All right, with that, happy to take any questions.
On top of questions first, Chris. Perhaps for Steve or the mayor,
Sure.
the scale of the plan moving forward. You have 1,500 done now. How many are you looking to get done moving forward, and what timeline?
I'll leave that to Steve. We have a lot to still do.
Yeah, so there is still about 3,000 open 311 requests. We do expect to see that dropping here over the coming weeks. Some of those are duplicate requests. The important thing is not so much the backlog as the speed with which we are making those repairs. So I would still encourage folks, of course, to call 311, report outages, and then we'll have an inspector. Two of those folks that we made job offers to are inspectors, which is really important to verify that work. So the goal is for us to get to a place where we have wait times of 30 days or less, where we've had wait times of hundreds of days plus. We've got to get down to less than a month.
And honestly, I think that right there is so key, because you would put in that 311 request for a light to get fixed in your neighborhood and literally wait